Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Ninja Batman from the animated movie Batman Ninja. If you haven't seen the movie, it is one heck of a crazy show. I actually enjoyed it myself, but there are parts of it like that doesn't make sense, but you know what? It's fun nonetheless. So if you ever get into watching it, you'll be surprised, and I try not to say much of the spoiler here. But that is also my dilemma. Sometimes I know the background story of this or where the character is from, as opposed to not knowing at all and calling them blind reviews. I always have this like, I could go either way, but both times like, I'll just stick with the figure. So here we go. I got mine from Tatsu Hobby. I'll provide the link down below if you want to get some. So this is a really unique take on Batman. Although it's not surprising because he is a ninja in some aspects. And we got some weapons and accessories here. Now there is a Joker as well. I was contemplating of getting one, but I just kind of let it go. Maybe if it's still available at Tatsu, I might pick it up down the road. But at this time, I just want to focus on with the Batman here. There is a Figma version as well. They're making one, so we'll see how that goes. So that's it's a fairly simple box, not much into it, and I see a lot of hollow space on there. Why such a big box? They could have made this a little thinner. Oh, it's the cape. That's probably what it is. Anyways, let's take a look inside. Alright, so here's what's inside, and I find that it's a lot easier to go over it when they're all displayed like this, as opposed to taking each hand and showing in camera. Anyway, so we have the relaxed hand. This seems to be a throwing for the kunai, a throwing hand. Then you have a pair of hands to hold the sheet. Then you have the sword holding, and probably another pair of hands to hold the kunai. So quite a variety of hands we got. 6 pairs, including the closed fist right there. And again, as I mentioned, there's a lot of hollow spot here, but that's to incorporate the cape. So it does flare out into the back. Alright, that's that. Now let's take a closer look at the figure. Alright, so here we go. And it has an interesting design. You got the chest plate here. Got some purple for the band here for his utility belt. The pockets are, or the compartments are gold. Then you get some orange here on the legs. Interesting design. You still have the blades here on the side or the forearms. You got the mask, which I think there was. I can't quite remember that from the movie, but there's something with the mask. Then you got the cape. The cape is uniquely designed, although it's still the same 3 segment format that they use. But you got this extra, like the way it's shaped, there's an extra bulk here. Now, articulation wise, you have a peg connection or ball joint there. Then you got a hinge right there as well. Now this kind of gives you a bit of, kind of sticks out like that, although it's really too near on his, maybe something like that. That looks a little weird. Looks like he has the black hair. It looks weird, so maybe do not extend it that much, but maybe like this, although there is a bit of a tendency for it to just slop down. Yeah. There we go. Well, something like that. Now this is all just resting on the shoulder. We can take this out, and actually let's do that here. Just go ahead and pop the head off. There is an alternate head, so we're just gonna take that off. So they're all just hinges and ball joints. The alternate face is this one right here. We get the shouting face. So there we go, but we'll stick with this one for now. And definitely you've increased the mobility of Batman without that cape. And it's not too bad without the cape. Although, yeah, it feels like his top, the top part is a little lighter than the bottom part. Alright, so we're going over articulation. I know it's going to be different without the cape, but let's go with it. So you got your shoulder here, which has that kind of like the butterfly swing. You can rotate this around, move up. That's an interesting shoulder design there. So not too bad. You can move that up. You have a bicep swivel there. That's unique. You got your elbow bend, 90 degree, with a separate elbow arbor, which is cool. I like that. And I forgot to mention about the neck. It's double jointed on the base of the neck as well as the base of the head. You can look up quite nicely, look down, side to side. Get your torso here. It's full jointed. Fairly good up crunch. It does have a little gap on the back, but that's fine if you have the cape on. Then you got your legs. And the skirts here are flexible, which is nice. You can move up, back. Somewhat of a split, but good enough for a high kick. Oh, even the sole is orange right there. You got the knee bend. It's not too bad, although kind of wish that the knee armor is separate. So there's that. Oh, I thought that this thing collapses. So for the knee bend, you get a little over 90 degrees, like at the 120. Not too bad. You got a bit of waist. Well, you get a wiggle room there. Then you get your ankle and a toe joint. There we go. So articulation wise, overall it's not too bad. I think you get more out of on the upper torso than on the lower legs, but still great. Alright, then let me try some poses with this and with the cape on. Alright, here we go. Now I've noticed that the best way to have the cape up is using the shoulder. And I did mention that this will drop down because of gravity, but I think that is the only way for the cape to kind of stick out, using the arms. Which kind of makes sense, because this is not going to stay up like that. I mean, on this, maybe a little bit, but realistically, it's going to move with his arm or shoulder. So, that works out in a way. Also, for the sword or the sheath, there's no way to really have this on him. Now, I guess in the movie, he just kind of just grabs it and uses the sword right away. But it'd be nice if there's a way to attach this on the waist or somewhere on the back. Same thing with the kunais or the throwing daggers. There's no attachment to the body. So you're gonna have a lot of accessories on the side that you need to store. I typically use a Ziploc bag. But definitely, when you have this displayed, you're only going to pick the accessories that you can hold on into. It's nothing to really attach on it. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab... Where is that hand? I think this might be it. Alright, let's go ahead and swap the hands here. There we go. Got that ball joint. I'm gonna go attach this. Alright. And have him kind of just draw the sword here. There we go. Alright. Right now, this blade, it's made of that plastic. It's still nicely painted with that silver. So there we go. I don't think he can double or use two hands. Well, maybe he have enough gap there, but That's the katana. And for, let's see here, for the dagger or the kunai, you actually use this one with a little trigger finger. And from the instruction, so you have two of these, so you can dual wield with that. You just kind of have it like this, I guess. It's holding the end of that. So interesting. I'll go ahead and swap that with that left hand. All right, let's see here. Let's pop this off. Probably should have it separated. Although, looking at this closely, there is a hollow portion there. Or you can actually put like maybe a string. So there is a possibility to have this on the back or across the shoulder. Alright, let's attach this on here. Although, probably best to do this without the dagger. Because you don't want to put too much pressure, otherwise it's gonna break. Alright, so yeah, I think that kind of works out. There we go. And other than that, what else we got here? I'm not too sure what this is for. Guess you can have it hold like this, maybe, for him to throw. I actually find this really hilarious. Alright, so let's try some other poses here. Alright, so I know we bend the knee. There we go. I'm too lazy to grab my Stage Act 5 base. Definitely you need to get one for aerial poses. There's no peg on the back, so you gotta use those claw to go around the waist. Or one of the legs. Let's do another one. So I see a lot of this kind of pose where he's twisting his torso or his waist while having all the cape kind of sticking out like this. So that kind of works out. Kneeling down, I think I find it a little difficult, especially with that knee. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's too elongated. There we go. Probably bend that way. Although you still have a lot of tension here because of the side skirt. Yeah, I guess that could work. What else does a ninja do? I mean, you get that when the feet are close to each other, but you're gonna have a problem doing that because how this thing is molded. There's no way to get those feet close to each other. So more than often, you're gonna have him in a wide stance. Yep. What else we got here? I guess you have both knees. Although I don't see Batman doing that as much most of the time. He's on both feet, swinging around. So yeah, a lot of cool poses you can do with this, definitely. And I guess with or without the cape, I think he'll be fine. So it's just gonna be, it just depends on how you feel about this. Overall, this figure is, for me, I like it. I definitely like how this cape is molded, how it's kind of cut out like this. It's really nice. Still not a fan of this particular design where there's a gap when you open this up. And even then, yeah, definitely you need to use the arm here if you want it to be open up. Which in some sense does make sense. Because it is fabric. This one just, yeah, it's kind of weird how things can go forward like that or back. But yeah, overall, I like it. Like I mentioned, just a few things that could have been better. Yeah, a way to attach these accessories on him. Among other things. But yeah, it's gonna be your call if you like this figure. There is gonna be a Figma counterpart on this, and they are making their own Ninja Batman. So we'll see how that one is as well. But yeah, it's just an interesting take. Kind of reminds me of my Figuarts guy. I do have the Timeless series for the Batman. Yeah. I'm trying to think now if they made the Ninja. No, they had a Spartan, Wild Wild West. The armored one, but not this one. Could have been a ninja. Anyways, that's about it for this review. Again, got mine from Tatsu Hobby. If you got questions, let me know. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.